The tourism slump right now can have a negative impact on job creation as well as the state's ability to generate tax revenue.
2 Fiji waters and 1 cup of coffee for $67 fucking dollars.
I came in yesterday and the airport was surprisingly empty, which was completely new to me.
It's too expensive. Everything, fees, everything is too expensive.
A $50 resort fee for a room you already paid for. $40 to park your car. This isn't just greed. This is the ugly truth of why 80% of gamblers are actively fleeing Las Vegas. The city's corporate masters made a decision. They didn't want the middle class anymore. And now they are facing the consequences because those gamblers have found new homes. The Vegas casinos thought they were untouchable. They thought they could abandon 80% of their customers to chase the 20% high rollers. But the ugly truth is, the 80% do have somewhere else to go. While Vegas builds stadiums for billionaires, the middle class is flocking to the new casino capitals of America. Places like Florida and Oklahoma, who are welcoming them with open arms. Stick with me. In this documentary, we will first expose the 2 core scams that pushed the 80% out. But then, starting in part 4, we investigate the rise of these new casino capitals. I will show you the real financial numbers, the ones Vegas tried to hide, that prove exactly how Florida and Oklahoma are booming by stealing the customers Vegas betrayed. Part 1. The insane prices scam. First, let's talk about the most obvious reason for the exodus. The insane prices scam. This is the ugly truth of Vegas's corporate greed. The claim is simple. Las Vegas is no longer a good value destination. It is an expensive trap disguised as entertainment. Let's look at the evidence. The scam starts before you even book. You see a room advertised for, say, $99. A decent deal. But when you get to the checkout page, a $45 or $50 resort fee is added.
You just heard all the time, like, they booked it, they saw the price, and then all of a sudden, when they get to the casino, they fly there, they drive there, they check in, and the price is double. I'm like, well, that's just a scam.
What does this fee cover? The right to use the Wi-Fi you thought was free? Access to the pool? It's a blatant deception, a way to advertise a false price. But the scam doesn't stop there. You arrive at the hotel, you drive your rental car to the garage. That'll be $40 a day, please. Just 10 years ago, parking on the Strip was universally free. It was part of the deal. The casinos wanted you to come inside. Today, they charge you a premium just to show up. Let's say you get to your room. You're thirsty. You look at the minibar. That's a $26 bottle of Fiji water. These aren't just high prices. This is a deliberate strategy. It's the budget airline model applied to a luxury destination. They lure you in with a seemingly low price and then bleed you dry with 1,000 tiny cuts. And here is the consequence. The unwritten deal with the American middle class was broken. For decades, Vegas operated on a simple promise. You might lose your money gambling, but we will make you feel like a king while you do it. The rooms will be cheap, the food plentiful, and the service exceptional. That deal is dead. The greed has become so transparent, so disrespectful, that it's no longer fun. The Vegas value is gone. And when the value disappeared, so did the customers. Part 2. The 80-20 scam. But those insane prices weren't an accident. They were a symptom of a much deeper, more cynical strategy. This is the 80-20 scam. Here's the claim. The corporate masters of Las Vegas intentionally decided to abandon 80% of their customers. The evidence is in their actions. After the 2008 financial crisis, Vegas corporations became obsessed with a new model. They believed that 80% of their revenue came from just 20% of their customers. The whales, the high rollers, the international billionaires. The other 80%, the middle-class families, the small-time gamblers from California, the bachelor parties, were seen as low-margin riffraff. So they built a new Vegas, designed only for the 20%. They focused on multi-$1,000-a-night suites, exclusive nightclubs with $5,000 bottle service, and ultra-luxury shopping malls. The resort fees and parking fees? That was part of the plan. It was a purge. It was a financial wall designed to keep the 80% out. They didn't want the person who saved up $500 for a weekend trip anymore. They wanted the person who wouldn't even notice a $50 fee.
It was an economic no more riffraff sign hung on the front door of the entire city. And here's the consequence. The plan worked, but it had a fatal flaw. They assumed the 80% needed Vegas. They assumed those middle-class gamblers had no other options and would simply stop traveling. They were arrogant, and they were dead wrong. The 80% didn't just disappear. They got angry, they felt disrespected, and they started looking for somewhere else to spend their money.
This 80-20 scam wasn't just a business plan. It was an act of betrayal that lit the fuse for a mass exodus. Part 3. The Exodus. The 80% have officially fled. The claim is chilling. The purge was successful, and it was a catastrophe. The evidence is no longer just a feeling. It's in the data. You don't even need the data. Just walk through a strip casino on a Wednesday morning. They are ghost towns. The only sound is the electronic chime of slot machines playing for themselves.
But the data is clear. While Vegas corporations boast about record revenue, which comes from their insane prices, not more customers, the visitor numbers tell the real story. Tourism levels are stagnant, failing to recover to pre-2020 highs, even as the rest of the country's travel sector booms. Flight arrivals are flat.
I came in yesterday, and the airport was surprisingly empty, which was completely new to me.
But the most damning evidence is the weekday occupancy. Vegas executives will brag about 98% occupancy on a Saturday night.
But they conveniently omit the fact that their Tuesday and Wednesday occupancy rates are struggling in the 70s. For a city built on a 24/7 economy, 70% is a failure. It means thousands of rooms are sitting empty, night after night. The riffraff they despised were the ones who filled those rooms. And here is the consequence. The 80%, the backbone of the Vegas economy for 50 years, have officially fled. The middle class has left the building. The corporations bet that these customers had nowhere else to go. They assumed Vegas was the only exclusive option for gambling in America. That was their fatal miscalculation. The 80% didn't just stay home. They found new, better, and more welcoming options. This leads to the biggest question of all. If they are no longer in Vegas, where did they go? Part 4. Florida and Oklahoma's boom. Here is the answer. The ugly truth is that the 80% are flocking to the new casino capitals of America. And the two fastest growing are Florida and Oklahoma. The claim is this: while Vegas was busy purging the middle class, these states were busy stealing them. Let's look at the evidence, and this is the financial data they don't want you to see. In Florida, the Seminole tribe, which runs the Hard Rock casinos, has seen explosive growth. They recently launched craps and roulette, becoming a true full-service alternative to Vegas. Their revenue has skyrocketed. They're not just a local casino anymore. They are a national destination.
But the real monster is Oklahoma. Just a few hours' drive from the massive Texas market, a market Vegas used to own, the tribal casinos in Oklahoma have become a billion-dollar empire. The Choctaw and Cherokee nations have built resort destinations that rival anything on the Las Vegas Strip in terms of scale and luxury. The WinStar World Casino in Thackerville isn't just a casino, it's one of the largest in the world. The consequence is a massive financial shift. The money that used to flow over Oklahoma to get to Vegas is now stopping in Oklahoma. The gamblers from Dallas, Houston, and Austin are no longer booking flights. They're filling up their gas tanks. Vegas corporations, in their arrogance, forgot the most basic rule of business. If you create a vacuum, something will fill it. Florida and Oklahoma became that something. They are the new capitals for the 80%. And they are just getting started.
Part 5. The convenience factor. So, why are they winning?
The first reason is painfully simple: convenience. The claim is this: The 80% of gamblers are fed up with the hassle of flying to Las Vegas. Let's look at the evidence.
A ticket to Vegas used to be like $100 to $200 max. Now you looked at for a flight to Vegas, it's like $400 to $700. What? Are you crazy? It's Vegas.
A trip to Vegas is an ordeal. You have to find a flight, endure TSA, wait for luggage, wait in a 45-minute taxi line, and then pay the $50 resort fee. The process is stressful and expensive before you've even placed a single bet.
Now, compare that to the new Capital experience. If you are one of the 30 million people living in Texas, you don't book a flight. You get in your car. In 2 hours, a gambler from Dallas can be checking into the WinStar or Choctaw. No flights, no TSA, no $70 Uber ride from the airport. Here is the consequence. This convenience factor is a game changer. The 80%, the middle class, values their time and their money. The regional casino model, which Vegas mocked, has matured into massive, luxurious driving destinations. For a simple weekend of gambling, the choice is a no-brainer. The person who is fed up with Vegas isn't going to stop gambling. They're just going to drive to Oklahoma. Part 6. The Better Value Scam. Convenience was the first punch, but this next reason was the knockout. This is the Better Value Scam. The claim is this: the new casino capitals are scamming Las Vegas by using the exact business model that Vegas itself abandoned. Here is the ugly truth. While Vegas was busy inventing new ways to charge you, the tribal casinos in Florida and Oklahoma were building their empires on two simple, revolutionary words: free parking. Think about it. It sounds simple, but it is a direct attack on Vegas's greed. The middle-class gambler, the 80%, is smart. They are given a choice. Option A: go to Vegas, pay $40 to park, pay $50 for a resort fee, and pay $12 for a coffee. Option B: drive to Hard Rock or WinStar, park their car for $0, check into their room with $0 in resort fees, and be treated like a valued guest. What choice do you think they're going to make? This is the old Vegas model, and it's being used to perfection. The new capitals understand what Vegas forgot. The goal is to get the customer in the door and make them happy. Don't charge them for parking. You want them to park. Don't hit them with fake fees. You want them to feel like they got a good deal on the room so they have more money to spend on the casino floor. It's not complicated. It's just good business. And the consequence is a total shift in perception. The 80% have voted with their wallets. They are actively choosing the destination that respects them. Vegas sends you a bill for $100 in fees before you even gamble. The new capitals give you free parking, a clean room, and a smile. The ugly truth is, Vegas isn't being beaten by a better product. It's being beaten by its own old product, resurrected by competitors who saw the opening that Vegas's own greed created. Part 7. The final verdict. Vegas's greed created its own competition. This brings us to the final verdict. This is the ultimate ugly truth. The claim: the corporate CEOs in Las Vegas did this to themselves. Their scam was exposed, and their arrogance created the very competition that is now draining them dry. The evidence is the entire story we just told. The Vegas corporations, in their endless pursuit of the high roller, thought they were untouchable. They believed that 80%, the middle class, had no other choice. They thought they were the only game in town. So they launched the insane prices scam. They activated the 80-20 purge, and they sat back and waited for the quote riffraff to leave so their profits would be quote pure. But the 80% didn't just go home. They went to Florida. They went to Oklahoma. They went to any casino that would treat them with a basic level of respect. And here is the final consequence. Vegas's greed gave birth to the new casino capitals. The CEOs didn't just open the door for their competitors, they shoved their 80% of their customers through it and told their competitors to take them. The ugly truth is that every dollar spent at the WinStar in Oklahoma is a dollar that Vegas chose to lose. Every gambler at the Hard Rock in Florida is a customer Vegas betrayed. The scam backfired. Vegas created its own competition, and now it's paying the price for that arrogance. So where does this leave us? We've seen the insane prices scam, the $50 fees designed to bleed you dry. We've exposed the 80-20 scam, the cynical corporate plan to abandon the middle class. We've seen the exodus, the proof that 80% of gamblers have fled, and we've followed them. We saw the booming rise of Florida and Oklahoma. We understood why they're winning. First, with the simple power of convenience, and second, with the knockout punch of better value. They won by offering free parking and no resort fees. They won by simply not being a scam. In the end, the ugly truth is this: the Las Vegas corporations forgot who they were. They broke the unwritten deal with the American customer. They thought they were a protected monopoly, but their own greed exposed them as just another corporation. And now they are paying the price for that betrayal. But what do you think? Are you one of the 80% who has officially fled Las Vegas? Or do you think the city can still be saved? I want to hear your story. Let me know in the comments what your breaking point was. And if you want more deep dives that expose the ugly truth behind the world's biggest corporations, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.